Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Todd. How are you today?
Doing fine, and how are you, sir?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for asking.
Good, good. Well, once again, we bring to the table a new email, a new situation for you to give us your professional thoughts on and see if you can shed a little bit of light. As always, we want to caution everybody that you simply can't go by what you hear on the radio as being a definitive decision on how to proceed with something like this. But if you have a personal injury situation, we've been asking you to go ahead and send us an email, and we will occasionally pass them on to Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. And this one, when I was reading it, Bruce, it sort of had me seeing red, if indeed the facts are correct. You know, I remember, too, last time we were talking, you were saying how these emails and these correspondences we get are kind of neat because they kind of take you back to law school, don't they?
That's correct.
Yeah, well, this one's probably going to ruffle your feathers a little bit and take you back to law school at the same time, okay?
Okay.
It starts like this. Dear Todd, when you speak to Bruce, could you please pass along this information? I was in a car accident in August, went to the emergency room, and gave them all my personal information at check-in, and then I saw the doctor and had an MRI scan and a CT scan and went home after a few hours. The next day, I got a phone call on my cell phone from someone who I assumed he was with the hospital because nobody else had my cell number to call me. He asked me if I had any questions on my hospital visit, and then he asked if I needed any help getting a referral to a doctor for follow-up medical treatment or getting a lawyer to assist me. He gave me the names of a doctor and a lawyer. My wife, who is a paralegal at a business law firm, said that being solicited like that was illegal, and I should not contact any doctors or lawyers who solicit like that. In fact, she said she thought it was a crime. Can you ask Bruce if that's true?
That's horrible. It's against the law. It should be prosecuted. As a matter of fact, the Florida Bar has a reward if somebody's reported and found guilty for illegally referring someone from an emergency room. Mm-hmm. They pay a reward. It's the worst thing that anyone could possibly do because it just ruins our whole legal system.
We don't know for sure what's going on here, but just from what you heard, what is your suspicion? How would somebody outside of the emergency room and the medical people treating this person get her personal information?
I really have no way of knowing. I think it sounds like an inside job. To me, someone that's working for the hospital is doing this improperly and illegally.
Yeah, I mean, that information is supposed to be absolutely private, so nobody outside's supposed to get that. I shudder to think if, and I guess this is a he, not a she, because he says, my wife, who is a paralegal at a business law firm, tipped me off about this. I shudder to think if his wife hadn't been somewhat involved in the legal community, who knows what might have happened next. Start reaching out to doctors and lawyers. What can that do to you if you ultimately did have to go to court or have a case?
Well, it just really taints the case.
So would the best word of advice be that if you receive a call from somebody who starts wanting to refer you to lawyers and doctors, hang up and then choose to call somebody on your own?
That is correct. Get a referral from a good friend or someone who's in the position to know the appropriate people to help.
All right, good. Now, hopefully this will help keep others from maybe falling into what could be a pitfall and could absolutely make a bad situation much, much worse. Bruce, once again, it's appreciated that you'll spend a little bit of time with us occasionally talking about these things.
That's fine. I look forward to it.
Terrific, Bruce, and thanks once again.
My pleasure.
Bye-bye. So there you have today's answer to Ask the Lawyer, the question submitted by somebody. If you'd like to submit a question yourself, it's pretty simple to do. You simply go to the website, wcvu.com, and then look for BLS Bruce L. Scheiner on the homepage. Now, if you would like to speak to a lawyer more quickly than that, if you're in a legal situation, chances are you don't want to wait and see what happens on the radio. You'd like to get an answer more immediately, then call the office of Bruce L. Scheiner and Associates at 941-743-7777. That's 743-7777. One more time, 941-743-7777.